So today we will be going to see the terminology used in robot operating system. So we have discussed those things, and today we will be discussing about a robot operating system and its terminologies. Okay. So here, while considering a robot operating system, so we'll be having some knowledge on ROS master, nodes, message and topics, service parameters, ROS action, stacks and packages, ROS launch, etc. Okay, so these are the things you should know before going to work with robot operating system. So let me see one by one. So initially, yesterday we start with ROS node. So ROS node is nothing but it is a type of executable program written in Python or C++. So we can use any type of programming language. It may be a Python or C++. We are going to write a program, so that individual program is dedicated for some process in a complex robotic system. So while discussing about ROS node, we'll be creating a set of code, so which is called as a executable program. So this set of code is called as a node. Okay, we can call it as a node. So node is responsible for taking care of individual process performed in complex robotics application. So consider yesterday we had discussed about a complex mobile robotic application. So in while running a mobile robotic application, it requires a set of sensors. So it is a sensor, we can call it as a sensor fusion. Okay, so we need to get collective data from different sensors, and we are going to estimate the current location of robot. So after estimating the location, so we used to run the robot, or we used to navigate the robot to particular location, so as per our requirement. So these are the entire process of mobile robot. So if you are having a set of code, so if you are having a complex process, this complex process is divided into individual process. Okay, so each node is taking care of individual process performed in complex robotic application. So that is called node. So node take care of individual process. So it is a type of executable code written in C++ or Python. So each and every node is written in the folder, inside the folder, or written as a Python or C++. It should be placed inside the folder, script folder. Okay, while running the individual process, we have to run our node. So if you want to run a complex robotic application, you are going to divide each and every process into a separate node. So each node is taking care of individual process. So individual process is run by individual node. Okay, so our major thing is to run all the nodes simultaneously, or as per our requirement. So if particular robotic application having n number of nodes, consider 5 or 4 different nodes, so we have to run all the nodes simultaneously. So at the same time we have to run all the node, so without any delay between individual node. So it is necessary to run all the nodes simultaneously. For that we are using a ROS launch file. So launch file is required to run multiple nodes at the same time. Okay, so if you want to run the single node, so we have ROS command. ROS run is a command to run a single node, and you have to specify, after the ROS run command, you have to specify the package name where your program node is stored inside your ROS file system. Okay, so inside your ROS file system there will be a package. So each package is dedicatedly used for particular robotic application. So inside the package you will be creating one script folder. So inside the script folder we are using a node, we are writing a node. It may be a Python or C++ file. Okay, so after ROS run command we are having, so just see the screen, after ROS run command we are having a package underscore name is the package name. After specifying the package name, you have to specify the node, so node name. So once you have created a node for controlling your mobile robot or any robotic application, so if you want to run your node in ROS robot operating system, the first thing is to run your node using a command ROS run. So ROS run package name, node name. So another one is if you want to see the list of node running currently in ROS system. So if you want to see the list of node, ROS node list is another command which is used in the robot operating system. So if you want to see the node name, so particular there are n number of node is running. So if you want to see the node name information or getting some information about the particular node, so you have to use the command ROS node info node underscore name. So node underscore name is nothing but you are specifying the name of the node. So here I'm taking one example. So this is the way we are creating a node, and we have to communicate. The node will be communicating with each other. So with the help of master. So let me see what is meant by master and everything. So here I'm going to create two different node. Node 1 is the first node written in Python file. Node 2 is the second node written in another same Python file. So we will be having a two different Python programming. So each and every Python program is taken as a node. So these two nodes are communicated with single topic. Okay, so both the nodes should be written, and it should be subscribed or published in a single same topic name. So each and every node is communicating with each other, so it should be communicated with through the topic. So here master is responsible for all the communication between all the nodes. So here what are the information transferred between two different nodes. So master will recognize all the communication between the nodes. Okay, so while creating a node, so node will register the topic and type of message it is going to send, and type of the name of the topic is registered with the master. So this is the ROS master. ROS master is nothing but so it is a common, it is one of the node, it is the master node. So while if you want to run a robotic application, so initially you are going to enable or run your ROS master. So this is the ROS core is the command to run our ROS master. So ROS master is the major node to run all the robotic application. So it will manage all the communication between the node, or it will get all the information about the messages. Okay, so while creating a node, initially we have to register with the master about the information about the node and message. So this one is the ROS master. So ROS master, here I'm having some example here. This is the one of the example. So ROS master is initially we have to run the ROS master. Once ROS master is running, here I have created two different node. One is camera node, another one is image viewer node. So this camera node is running in camera. Okay, so this camera node is written in camera, that is dedicatedly written in ROS, but it should access the camera. And image viewer is the another node. It will do all the image processing techniques. Okay, so image viewer is nothing but it is dedicatedly written for executing some algorithm. So once camera gets the image, so those images should be processed. So if you want to process those images, you should write another program to process those images, and you are going to get some information on those images. So for that we'll be having another node, image viewer. So this will be the camera node, this will be the image node. So once you are while writing the camera node and image viewer node, you should register all the information about the name of the node and name of the topic and type of message it should communicate with some other node. So those informations are registered with the master. While creating the node itself, we are registering all the information to the master. So once the node has been created, master will analyze that what are the node having similar topic. So if any two different node is registered with the same topic, so it will enable communication between those two nodes. So if camera node is registered with the master in the topic name images, again image viewer is another node is registered with the master and whose topic is images. So images is the same topic name for both camera and image viewer. Okay, so if it subscribes, if camera, if master will recognize that the node camera, node image viewer having a same type of same topic, so camera will transfer information to the image viewer. So here, then in the next step, initially we are registering the camera node with the topic images to the master. And the second slide, next slide, image viewer is the another node created using a Python program, and it should created with the topic name images. So again it will be registered with the master. So once this registration was done by the two different node, so the topic name, the common topic name will be provided, has been provided. So here, based on the topic images, the camera node and image viewer node will communicate with each other. So here, so know that the topic images has both the publisher and subscriber. So camera node having a topic images and image viewer node having a topic images. So camera node act as a publisher, image viewer act as a subscriber. Always the message is transferred from publisher to subscriber. There is no written message from image viewer to camera. So in this way we are sending information. So while doing this kind of information sending, we are able to run the robotic application. So how let me see how this information sending will run our robotic application. So here, for example, in real-time example, so we need camera image. So camera images is taken as a one message. So this image is transferred as an array and through the topic name images. So once it is transferred to the image viewer, so image viewer is another node running in the microprocessor. So this image viewer having a algorithm. So this algorithm will analyze the image and it will detect the object. So here, so this algorithm is taken as another node. It acts as a publisher. So the algorithm, once this, it acts as a subscriber. So this image viewer subscribe to the message which is called images through the topic images. So in what is the type of message provided by this images topic? It may be a float or integer, it may be a string. For camera it may be a float or array of float. So next we will be seeing about the ROS topic. So ROS topic is nothing but here we already discussed with ROS master and ROS node. Okay, so while discussing about the ROS node, these two nodes are communicating with each other through the topic. Okay, so let me see what is meant by topic. So topic is nothing but two nodes can communicate with each other through the medium called topic. Okay, so that medium is called topic. So that medium is type of name. Okay, topic name. So if two person is communicating, we should have common topic. Okay, so it is like a medium. So that topic should be a any message type. Okay, so it may be an integer, it may be a float, it may be a string. So here if any two if while considering a robotic application, we'll be having one sensor and it may be a n number of subscribers. So it may be a n number of processors. So this n number of subscriber is subscribed to the common topic published by the publisher, this one publisher. Okay, so here we have one node and another node. One node act as a publisher, another node act as a subscriber. So this publisher will send a message to the subscriber through the topic, through the name, through the medium called topic. So that medium is the topic. So topic may have message, and it should have, it may be a, or it should be a type of it should be specified with some message type. Okay, so topic is a name for stream of message. So the message may be a data structure, it may be a set of data structure. So while discuss, if you want to see the type of message or see the information which sent over the topic in a robot operating system, we'll be having some common command, so ROS command. So if you want to see the list of topic or active topic in robot operating system, so we'll be having one command, ROS topic list. Okay, so ROS topic list is used to list the topic currently published or subscribed topic. Okay, so if a particular robotic application is running on robot operating system, it will have n number of nodes are running. So each and every node is communicating with each other under some topic name. Okay, so it may be hundreds of topics are there for single robotic application. So if you want to see the information or see the list of topic in a robot operating system, you should use the command ROS topic list. And once you know all the topic, if you want to see the information sent over the topic or corresponding topic, we'll be having another command to check the type or the information sent over the corresponding topic. So here we have images with one topic, another topic is a chatter, another topic is a command, odometry, position. So we will be having n number of topic. So if you want to know the information on the topic name position, we will have some ROS command. So this is the ROS command, ROS topic. You have to specify the ROS topic, and echo is to print the content inside the topic. Okay, so if you want to see the message, you have to use the command echo. So and after that you have to specify the name of the topic. So before that, after the slash command, you have to specify the name of the topic. So it will print the content of the topic. So if you want to see the information about the topic, so what are the type of topic, what are the data or variable is specified under particular topic, so those information are required to know. If you want to know, you have to use another command, ROS topic info bars slash topic. So this info command is used to display all the information about the current topic. So these are the command which is required for seeing the information about the topic. So topic is nothing but it is a common name which is provided between two different node or n number of or between one publisher or n number of subscriber. Okay, so through which those nodes are sending message from one node to another nodes. So this is a common example we have already discussed yesterday. So here this is the kinetic camera. Initially kinetic camera gets capture all the information. So this kinetic camera act as a publisher node. Again, this 3D processing node is nothing but a microprocessor. So once this image is published to the microprocessor 3D processing node, so this node is one process, this node is another process, this node is Arduino node is another process. We will be having 3 different nodes. So the communication is between kinetic node and 3D processing node and 3D processing node to Arduino node. So this will the kinetic node will publish 3D data, and again once the image is processed, and it will publish the direction. So the 3D processing node analyze the image, and it will publish the direction in which robot has to move. So those data will be sent or published by the 3D processing node. 3D processing node publishes the direction. Once Arduino node subscribes the published direction, it will actuate the command sent to the motor. So it will create a command and it will actuate the motor, and the robot will move to the desired location. Okay, so this is where the complex robotic application is divided into n number of processes. Each process is running as a different node. So while running these nodes simultaneously in a robot operating system, so it will carry out a complex robotic application with in a simple way. So every node is written as a C++ or Python file. So see the first picture, it has one publisher and one subscriber. So it will, the topic name under the single topic, the publisher is a odometry and subscriber is a SLAM. So odometry is nothing but it will send a distance data. Okay, so here publisher is a sensor and subscriber is a algorithm, SLAM algorithm. So based on the odometry data, SLAM will navigate our robot. So what are the information passed on the topic? Location x, y, theta. So if we have there is a possibility that publisher can send a message to n number of subscribers. So this is possible. So if we are having a number of robot, it is possible to send a sensor data to n number of subscribers. So but all the subscribers should subscribe to same topic. So if robot A is subscribed to topic 1, robot B is also subscribed to topic 1. So if it is subscribing to topic 2, only the publisher published an image or a message. So this message will be sent to the robot A instead of robot B. So if the robot A and robot B is having a common topic, this published distance sensor will send a distance message to both the robot A and B. So this is way the topic based communication is happen in robot operating system. Another one, ROS message is another terminology we are using in robot operating system. So till now we have discussed about node and ROS master. So ROS master is taking care of all the communication and the creation of node inside the robot operating system, and subscription of topic. So here ROS message is nothing but it is a data structure. So through the topic we are sending one node is sending information to the another node. So sending an information is nothing but a group of message. Okay, so that message is considered as a data structure. So it may be integer data structure, it may be a double with string. So those those messages are published or transferred from one node to another node using a common variable. So these are the number, width, description these are the variables. So these variables are specified inside the message file. So while creating a two different node, it is your work for creating a one message file. So there are standard message file available in robot operating system, but if those message file is not suitable for you, it is possible to customize your own message using by creating a new message file. So inside the message file you are going to include n number of variables. Okay, so if you want to send multiple variable in a single topic name, it is possible. So by creating a custom based message. So those message files are the extension for those message file is .message file. So if you want to see the type of message sent over particular topic, so will be having some command ROS topic type. So this type will tell you that type of message is sent over the topic from one node to another node, and publish a message to the topic. So this is nothing but if you want to so in C or C++, it is possible to send input while running a program. Yes, is it? So in while which is called command line input. So same manner in robot operating system, it is possible to send a message to any of the subscriber from command line. So ROS topic pub slash topic and type and data. So this topic is nothing but topic name. So you should specify the type of the message and message the content of. It is possible to publish your topic or publish your message while running your any of the node. So if you want to run any node, the command for publishing the message from or to the any subscriber will be having a one command ROS topic pub topic and type data. Okay, so this is the possible command. So here vector 3 linear, vector 3 angular, these are the velocity command. So if you are in robot operating system, we are having a turtle sim which is already written or written to control our robot. Our turtle sim is one of the simulator to run mobile robot. So this is the practice. This is mainly created for practicing or learning a robot operating system. So they have in robot operating system itself they have created some type of topic and some type of node to run our turtle sim. So those turtle sim will subscribe or publish a message under the variable vector 3 linear and vector 3 angular. So these variables are mentioned in the message file geometry underscore message bar twist. So our twist is the my topic. Okay, so under the twist topic we are sending the message linear and angular. So under which we are having a 3 different component x, y, z. So the type of the component is float 64, flow 64. Okay, so this thing and all while practicing the turtle sim part you are able to understand well clear. So ROS service. So ROS service is nothing but ROS topic is nothing but we are sending information from publisher to subscriber. Always it is sending an information from publisher to subscriber. So there is no possibility of sending message from subscriber to publisher. So here we have in ROS service it is possible to send information simultaneously from one node to another node, and we are getting a feedback from another node. So if we are having a 2 different node, so one node is sending a message to another node, the same node will give response to the another node. So two-way communication is possible. So in service client model 2-way communication is possible, but the continuous transfer of information is not possible in the ROS service. So while discussing ROS topic, the sensor information is continuously getting from publisher to subscriber, but in ROS service whenever the client need some information it will get it from the server. So once server sent a response, the entire communication gets stopped. So this type of communication is coming under ROS service. Okay, so where we are using this type of communication, so whenever we are using a sensor we need continuous information about or continuous data from the sensor. For those kind of application we are using a ROS topic based communication. So if you want to use camera information, so if you want to detect a particular object in a robotic application, we need only one image. So we don't require continuous image. So it will get more bandwidth, or it will utilize more space in our memory. So in order to reduce the memory bandwidth, it requires only one image. So whenever my processor requires an image, so it will inform to the camera. So like whenever the processor requires a image, the processor is a server client. It is a type of node. Camera is a server. Okay, service server and service client. So this client is a processor. It will send a request to send an image, capture an image and send it to me. So again the server will get a request from the client, the server will capture an image and it will send to the client. So what client will do, it will do process image processing on those image, and it will detect an object. Otherwise it will, once image processing was done, the resultant data is sent to another node, and another node will do image processing to detect image. So this is a simple way or simple analogy for ROS service. So the client will ask current time to the server. So the server will respond the current time to the client. So what time is it now? Client will ask to the server, and server will respond it's at 12 o'clock. So this is the way the communication is happened in ROS service based communication. In ROS action, so here we are having a one analogy. Okay, so here we are having one robotic arm and we have one mobile robot. So we have two different robotic system for particular application. So my application is this robotic arm has to pick an object and place it into the my mobile robot. The mobile robot will pass the object to the inventory. So the robotic arm will pick an object from the conveyor and it will place it into the mobile robot. The mobile robot will transfer the object to the inventory. So this is my application. So consider in ROS service based communication, at a time there will be a one action is happened, is it? So let me see the action. So here first one is pick an object. So initially the client will send and request to the arm that it has to pick an object. So the robotic arm, once it gets request, it will pick an object, and after that again the server client will send a request to place an object on the mobile robot. So again the robotic arm will place an object on the mobile robot, and it will indicate that task is done. So after that mobile robot, another the same node, this robotic arm finishes the placing of object on the mobile robot. Again the mobile robot will transport the object from one location to inventory. So during transportation the robotic arm is not doing any task. Okay, so again after placing the object in inventory, the mobile robot again return back to the arm location. So back to the location where the arm is placed. Okay, so once the mobile robot reaches nearer to the robotic arm, again it will pick an object and place another same object on the mobile robot. Again mobile robot transfer the object to the inventory. Okay, so in this type of application, in this type of communication, at a time we will be having only one action. So while one node is running, so here robotic arm is one node and Turtlebot is another node, that is mobile robot is another node. So at a time one node is performing. Okay, so in ROS based communication, so here there is a possibility to reduce the time. So at a time if we run two different node, we are reducing the time. So let me see how this happened. So consider the same application. So initially first mobile robot will send a request to the arm, pick an object. So the mobile robot will pick an object and send a response. Okay, so once this response is received by the mobile robot, again it will send a request to place an object on the mobile robot. So it will place an object to the mobile robot. So once the mobile robot is getting an object, it will transfer the object to the inventory. So after transferring the object to the inventory, while mobile robot is returning back to the robotic arm, again the mobile robot will send a request to the arm to pick an object. So before it reaches the robotic arm, the robotic arm will pick an object and it will wait for the mobile robot. Here we are reducing the time. Okay, time gap between the mobile robot return back to the robotic arm. So this will be possible only we are adopting the ROS action based communication. So ROS service based communication, once it's client sent request, after completing this request, or after the server sent response to the client, we can do another request. Okay, so during ROS service, one node is sending a request, the same node doesn't send request before it is getting a response from any of the node. Okay, so it should be the same node is has to wait for some time to get a response. But in ROS action based communication, if one node sent a request, another node creating a response. While another node is creating a response, during those process, the client will do another request. Okay, so this is possible in ROS action based communication. So here we are having a 3 different process. So initially here in ROS, while considering a ROS action, instead of request and response, we are removing request and response, and we are adding goal and result. So goal is my request, so client will send a goal, and server will create a goal, and it will create a result, and it will send a result as a response to the client. So before sending a result, the server will give feedback to the client. So this is possible in the ROS action based communication. So here parameter server. So parameter server is nothing but when ROS master is enabled. Okay, so initially while running a robotic application, your initial task is to run a ROS master. After running a ROS master, you are able to run any of the node or any of the program. So ROS master will take care of all the process happening inside the robot operating system. So here parameter server is nothing but whenever the ROS master gets enabled, or ROS master is start running, the parameters server run inside the ROS master. So parameter server is nothing but it will act as a temporary storage. It will log all the data or information about the topic, node, and everything. So whatever the ROS master will do, so each and every data is stored inside the parameter server. So parameter server is nothing but backup data, or it is a storage for all the information provided inside the robotic application. So it is a static. So parameter server is only used by the ROS master. We are not able to access the parameter server. So parameter server is used by the ROS master. So we can access the data, but we are not controlling the parameter server. So when talker is a one node and listener is another node. So if talker is publishing data, so this published data is stored in the parameter server. So this is where all the file system is stored inside the robot operating system. Initially we will be having a package workspace. In robot operating system we will be having a package workspace. Inside the workspace we will be having n number of packages. This entire package is responsible for single robotic application. So if any workspace is having more than one package, it is having a n number of robotic application. So for one robotic application, inside the package we are creating a node, message, service, action, etc. Okay, so inside the package we are having a different file required for the robotic application. So inside the package itself we are creating a node, we are creating a message, we are storing the data, and if any libraries are required, so those libraries and those executable files are stored inside the package. So the package will organize all the requirement needed by the robotic application. So this is the conclusion that in today's topic we have discussed about topic, service and goal. So topic is one-way communication, that is publisher to subscriber. It should be subscribed or published under same topic name. In server and service server and service client is nothing but it will send a message. Initially service client will send a request to the server. Once server will created a request, it will created a response, and it will send a response as a result to the client. So action server is nothing but action client will send a goal. So once goal is prepared, during before achieving the goal or result, every feedback is sent to the client. So once goal is achieved, the result is sent to the client. So here during the communication between two different nodes, every data is stored transferred through the parameter server. So this parameter server is entirely monitored by the ROS master. So this is the way of arrangement of ROS package system. So inside the package, node, message, service. So we'll be having a n number of stack is nothing but we are having a n number of messages, packages. So stack may be a single workspace. Okay, so those workspace are stored in the repository. So it may be a single stack or multiple stack is having a single package, or any stack is having multiple package. So those whatever the workspace we are using, entire workspace is stored in the repository, common repository, so everyone can access. So ROS universe is nothing but we are having a multiple clouds of information about the corresponding robotic application. So here in GitHub we are accessing entire repository of each robotic application. So if someone have developed, if Boston Dynamics or any ClearPath Robotics have developed some robotic application, so those application is stored in the GitHub. Every person can access those package or those repository. They can use it for their purpose. So this is possible in ROS package system. These are the common distribution used in nowadays: ROS Kinetic, ROS Indigo, ROS Melodic. So currently we are having a ROS Noetic. After that we are having a ROS 2. So every distribution having a support up to some period. Currently for Noetic we are having a support up to 2025. After that we should move on to the ROS 2. So yesterday we have discussed the advantage of using ROS 2. So thank